The hardest part about creating a budget is not tracking your expenses and setting it up, it's tracking down your expenses. Everybody knows when you're creating a budget that you need to have an idea of what income you've got coming in, and you also need to know what bills you're paying, and those two things are usually fairly easy. What's not so easy is the other things that you spend each month: your food, your gas, your entertainment, the extra spending that you do. Used to be kind of easy. You could just track every bit of everything that you pay because you were paying with cash out of your wallet or change out of your pocket, or you were writing a check. But now that's gotten difficult because we have things automatically deducted. Things that we forget about on the regular, to be honest with you. And a lot of things that we do business with actually count on that. That's you know what they're looking for. So to get into some of that, there's a couple of ways of dealing with it, ways of solving this problem. Number one, you should probably keep a little mini notepad with you. I know that sounds crazy, the old handy dandy notebook, and yes, I watched too damn much Blue's Clues with my kids when they were growing up. But it's true. Because as you go throughout your day, you're going to think of things that you might not have otherwise. Things like, for instance, tolls that you pay, because those are automatically done thanks to the sticker on your card. People that you contribute to, that money just gets deducted automatically. Maybe you are a Patreon supporter. Maybe you're even one of my Patreon supporters. Still, you need to be mindful of those additional expenses. Because all of that is coming out of your budget. It's stuff that we don't think about very much. Food expenses, that extra cup of coffee, all of these things add up. So what you actually have to do is you have to track down expenses that occur a variety of different ways. Some of them are going to be genuine cash or card exchanging hands. Others are going to be your monthly bills that come. If you've gone to paperless billing, you're not even aware of those half the time. So you've got to go to your bank statement and you've got to see what's being automatically drafted out of your account. And then there's anything that might be automatically charged to your credit cards every month. People forget about those things and taking them into account. For instance, are you paying for credit protection on your credit card accounts? You shouldn't be. We'll talk about that some other time. But that's a monthly expense being charged. Do you have, say, an app that regularly charges to a card? We had $3.95 going towards going for my daughter's Amazon tablet, and she hadn't even been using the Amazon tablet in the past 2 or 3 months. So these expenses are things that you've got to cut out. They're things you've got to allow for. Got to start taking charge of. And then once you really start to get a handle on those monthly expenses, well, what expenses don't come out every month but still affect your yearly budget, still affect you somehow? We have life insurance that's billed quarterly. We have car insurance. At one point in time, we were paying yearly for that, and so it was easy to kind of forget about it. Taxes, titles, and fees on cars that you do with the BMV. Well, that's pretty much all done completely online. You don't even have to go to the BMV anymore. So it's tracking down all of these expenses. It's a good idea to look at a variety of different things to try and help you. There's some apps out there if you're into that. I'm old school. I like the notebook. I like the pencil and paper. I like being able to track it by hand. But there's apps. There's, of course, accounting software. You might have an Excel spreadsheet, whatever. Go through, and it takes more than a month, honestly, to get all of this stuff straight. And you'll have what you think is everything done, and then something will pop up. So-and-so's birthday or anniversary that you really care about and you do something every year. Well, I forgot that I tend to buy a gift for that person every year. Yeah, well, that's going to affect your year's budget. That's going to affect really your monthly budget because you should be allowing for everything on a monthly basis.